Hey there, everyone. I hope you're having a good morning or a good afternoon or a good evening. Hope you're doing well in your little corner of the world. I'm doing quite well today. I'm alive, so that's a good thing, and I'm happy to be alive and experience this experience that is unfolding right in front of me. I want to talk about something that I've struggled with a lot, and that is the courage to create. The courage to express your creativity without caring about what others think about your work or what you create, or caring about their opinions. Creating not to receive accolades or kind words from someone, but creating because it's your heart's desire to create. I find it hard sometimes to tap into that rawness, that stillness, and that knowing, that understanding that I am not the artist. I am just a portal where creativity is being expressed. I am the instrument that consciousness is using, that awareness is using to express itself. It's really difficult when I'm in my own mind and I create not because it makes my heart content, or maybe I create because it makes my heart content, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking about what others might think about my work, if others will approve of my work, if others will like my work. And that has created many blocks, many creative blocks in my own art, because, and in my music too, because I'm so focused sometimes on other people's opinions. And this is normal. Most people do it. And it's very common. However, it robs you from that stillness, from that confidence that your art or your creation, whatever that may be, matters. Not because other people say that it matters, but because you've created something that has never existed before. And it doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter what form it has. But awareness, consciousness, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, is using you as the instrument, as the portal to create something that has never existed. And I mean, you could be creating a replica of the Mona Lisa, but that replica that you just created had not existed before. Like, your vessel, your vehicle, had not created that before. God, through you, had not created that before, if that makes sense. So, it doesn't matter if you're copying somebody. Maybe sometimes copying a certain art style or following a certain artist may be your MO for a while, but maybe that inspires you to create your own art, your own style in the future. Maybe right now you just need to really follow a certain rule or follow a certain school of thought, but eventually you start to branch out and you start to create something that is your own, that is new, that has never been created before. And I think sometimes we're very harsh, at least I am, very harsh with my own art because it doesn't measure up to others. I see other people's, and of course, comparison is the thief of joy, where you see other people's art and you're like, oh my God, their art is amazing. Their pottery, their painting, their necklaces that they've made or whatever, that's amazing. And you look at your stuff and you compare it and you're like, oh, it sucks. My stuff isn't, or it doesn't measure up to that person's, right? Or it's not sellable. Or people aren't noticing it or approving of it, you know? All of these thoughts, all of these limitations. But we forget to honor the things that we've created. Honor the God that has used this vehicle to create something that has never existed before. And I mean, we're constantly creating. And I was talking about this yesterday, about the creators and the destroyers, and how the creators are the people that share, the people that create, the people that give out, not just for themselves, but for everybody else, right? But I guess in that, I would say the creators also are creating from a place of stillness, a place of love. And so even though they create their art for everybody to see, they don't need other people's approval to say, oh, okay, your art is nice, or oh my God, it's very inspirational. Because they know what their art means to them, to the God that resides within them. And the right people, coincidentally, or the right people will notice that. Even if your art is, and I'm not just talking about painting or pottery or, I'm talking about all kinds of things, inventions that people create, little robots and stuff like that. Or new art styles, right? New genres of music. If it comes from your heart, if it comes from the God that lives within you, from that flame that burns inside of you, you'll find that, or I have found in my own life, that when I do that when I really tap into that God, that flame that lives within me, that is using me as a portal to create, I don't care what other people think. I don't care about their opinions. I don't care about whether they appreciate my work or not. Because I know God has been created there. And God has used me as a portal to create what I have just done. And the right people have appreciated my work. The people that can see the God in my work, the sacred in my work, the divine in my work, right? And we all have that. We all have God, the consciousness, the awareness that resides within each one of us, the flame that burns inside of each and every single individual and living being. It's within you. Don't be ashamed to create. It doesn't matter what it looks like or what it sounds like. Just create for the sake of creation, for the sake of creating, for the sake of doing something new, for being playful. Just be playful. Honor it. honor what you've created, because that is the divine. I have to constantly remind myself that I'm not the artist. I'm just that portal that creates the art, right? And this also goes for presence, and I briefly talked about it yesterday, how presence can also be a way of creating, right? I was talking about the creators and the destroyers, and the creators are the people that share, the people that give from the heart, from God, the people that show God in their work, right? The God that lives within them. Okay, and then there are the destroyers. Those are the people that are the hoarders, the people that, hoard everybody else's creations and make it theirs, and the people that will destroy creativity or destroy other people's creation because they want to hoard more for them, because they're not happy with themselves, right? So anyway, and I briefly touched on presence and how you don't really have to create something like an actual painting or a song you have to write a song and play it on the guitar, or I don't know, make a bench, like a meditation bench, right? Or make earrings, make jewelry. You don't have to actually make something, create something in that way. Creation can also show up through presence, through being completely still and present in this moment, and seeing the different experiences, the different emotions that are showing up, and who is becoming aware of all those experiences. And you'll find that when you're present and aware of the things that are showing up, the emotions, the feelings, the thoughts that are unfolding right in front of you, and when you go out there and share that presence with others, when you give them yourself, which is you show them a part of them. Like, how do I put this into words? It's kind of impossible. You show another person the God that lives within them by being present when you are with them. And that creates an awakened, and I hate to use that word, right? But because it's laden with meaning, it's one of those corrupted words. But you just create an awakened self, like self recognizes itself, I don't know if all this is making sense, but if it is, I hope that you're not afraid to create, and I hope that you always tap into your own courage and that you create without caring what other people think. You're creating from a place that knows that what you're doing is coming from God, and you're just the portal, and it doesn't matter what it looks like, because you are the experience that is creating this experience. So anyway, I hope that all made sense. Kind of sounds woo-woo, but it's what's helped me in my life, and maybe it'll help other people too. Keep creating, keep doing you, and I wish you all the best on this journey. Peace and love. Bye.